In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kia ora whānau, and welcome to the Ōtara Scorpions Icons edition via Zoom. We're zooming live around the world, mostly Māngere. No, around the world, and we've got a family on here who is representing their loved one, who is one of the icons of the Ōtara Scorpions. What I'm going to get them to do, whānau, is I'm going to get them to introduce themselves, because you really don't need to know who I am. So if I can hand it over to Clinton. Clinton, can you introduce yourself, my brother?
Again, yes. Clinton Lance Jackson, I'm the second oldest of Ness. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Tommy, you're taking us around the world. Tommy.
Okay. Tiana, unmute yourself, please.
Hi, everyone. My name's Tatiana Titi Strickland Papua. I'm the youngest of Nessie's children. I'm the youngest and the favorite. And yeah.
Nice. Let's see how Delaney answers to that. Okay, Delaney and Bree.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianne Elizabeth Marita Strickland Papua. I'm the second youngest daughter of Milanisi Tama Papua, who comes from Niue, and I'm actually his favorite.
Here we go.
I'm Delaney Manalakatau Papua, and I'm Dad's prettiest daughter. And I'm number 5.
Okay. Tuki, can you hear us? You just got to unmute it and speak. Don't have to see you. Okay.
COVID.
Ed, you want to go next? And this?
Pakalofale atu, I'm Anne Christie Fitusifa Strickland. I'm Lisa's favorite niece. Yeah, so hello everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Des Strickland. I'm the oldest of the 8 siblings. Hello everyone.
Like this. You want to go next, bro, or you want to go last?
Yeah, you can go there.
Okay. Hey, kia ora family. Brian, thank you for this opportunity to speak about our brother. Thank you that he's chosen, one of the chosen ones to be an icon of our beloved Ōtara Scorpions Club. It's a real privilege and an honor to to hear that that he's been chosen to be one of the icons. My name is Tangavaito Tama Papua, but the people of Ōtara knows me as Tommy Papua. Okay, so just to get that straight, I used to tell people that I was a twin brother. I'm Tommy's twin brother. So our parents is, do I get into that now, or shall I?
Oh, we've got one more to introduce, bro.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, that's me. I'm one of the, I'm not the youngest of 7. I'm the second youngest brother. So yeah, there's 7 of us.
Kia ora. Thank you, Tommy.
Kia ora.
And last but not least,
Mr. Hey, my name is Papua Tama Papua, known in Ōtara as Pole Papua. I am 1, 2, 3. I am the 4th child out of 7. So, yeah, 7 of us, 5 boys, 2 girls.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, thank you, family. I'm just going to go through these questions. I'm going to give a little bit of time for people to think about what the questions mean to them. And can I ask that when you hear these questions, that you apply them to yourself and how they apply to you, not to anybody else, but to you. We'd love to hear from everyone. But if we don't, then that's okay. It's a Zoom thing. All right, here we go. Let's go with the brothers. Hey, brothers, can you tell me, what culture does the Papua family relate to most?
Okay, we are Samoans and Niueans. Our grandparents, 2 sets of grandparents are half Samoan, half Niueans. So that's our background in culture. But we're brought up as Niueans. We hardly know our Samoan side, but we do acknowledge it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tommy, do you know what village the grandparents come from in Samoa, bro? Or we're just going to make it up? Oh. Say that again. I might have spoken over you.
Sava'i.
Sava'i. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. I think I actually stayed in Sava'i.
Well, you're lucky, mate. We have never been there.
Is the Samoan College in Sava'i? I think it is, eh?
I have no idea.
I'm telling you it is.
Okay, I believe you.
I'm telling you it is. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. And so where did mum and dad come from? Tommy, where did mum and dad come from?
Well, mum is full Niue. Hi, auntie. Hi, sweetie. Mum is full Niue. It's from the island of Liku. And dad, the village of Liku, from the island of Niue. And dad is half Samoan, half Niuean. Yeah, so yeah, his dad's father is Niuean, and the mum is full Samoan. So that's our.
Dad was born in Samoa.
Yeah, and dad was born in Samoa.
Sava'i,
Yeah.
I was talking about Vaivase, which is a place in Apia. That's where I stayed, where Samoan College is, it's not Sava'i. Anyway.
I knew you were telling fibs.
I know.
Still doing it now.
Still got it. Hey, look, whānau that are watching, and it's just us, but man, I used to play league with the 2 older people on this chat. And I mean, what they brought to the team was unbelievable. They brought through strength, they brought through camaraderie, they brought through an understanding that when they needed to run, that they would, and that's why Pulu would only run 5 meters out from the try line and then score every time. So thanks for doing that, bro. Okay, family. So mum and dad came to Ōtara. Do you know what was that like for them, bringing up how many children? 7 children?
Yeah. Unfortunately, our dad passed away early. So our mum brought us up on her own with her siblings. A few of us were brought up by her siblings, mainly Ness and Tanga. Ness was brought up by our uncle, which is Fred and Charlie Samoa's dad. That's how he has their name, Ness Samoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, so our mum struggled big time.
Wow. Whereabouts, and so where was the family home in Ōtara?
We originally stayed at 241 East Tamaki Road, which was our uncle's house.
Right at
And
the
then we moved up to Johnson's Road.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I don't know if you guys have been back lately, but all that area has changed big time. It's they're calling in a few years' time, maybe when I say a few, 10, maybe 10 to 15 years' time, they're saying that Ōtara is going to be the new Ponsonby.
New Ponsonby.
Yeah, whatever that means. Hey, I want to thank you, boys, for that. I really appreciate it. I just want to head over to, you know, the Ness and the children of Ness. Hey, can you tell me what it was like to be brought up in and around a family? Tatiana, the favorite, do you want to go first or? No? Okay. Delaney, do you want the prettiest one? Do you want to go first or?
What was the question?
Oh, not listening.
Oh, bloody hell.
That's Ōtara ears, bro.
Bloody hell. Do you go Hillary College?
She only listens she only listens to the pretty word.
Oh, awesome. Sorry, Delaney, I was speaking gibberish. All I said was, can you remember what it was like to be brought up amongst the family in general, you know, everyone?
Everyone, well, we're a big family. With my brothers, I've got 4 older brothers, 1 younger one, and 2 younger sisters. We're a blended family. And so we had half our brothers in Australia, most of our like childhood, and then the other ones living with their mum. So it's not like we didn't grow up with them. We did grow up with them in our lives, but it was like in different phases. But our mums and our dads allowed us to grow up in a loving home. I think our dad was like the rock that kept our family together. He held our family together. He was always cooking for us. There was always food for us. He was always a fat laugh. It was happy growing up. It was happy having a lot of siblings, having a lot of cousins, having family functions, and yeah, like I had a happy childhood growing up with the siblings that I have and the family that I grew up in.
Oh, beautiful. That's a beautiful explanation. Thank you. Boys, do you want to add anything on before we get the other girls to say something? You got to unmute.
Boys. Are they still on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't have something to say, I don't mind speaking on my experience growing up with my dad.
Yeah.
Growing up in Otara, you know, my dad, he's not the oldest of his 7 siblings, but I feel like he was a patriarchal figure, not only to his children, but also to his siblings. Like my sister said, he was a rock, and things haven't been the same since his passing, but, you know, with that age gap between us and our siblings, we spent a lot of time as younger ones with our dad at the Ngāti Ōtara fields, and you know, this one was at the tuck shop flirting with boys, and me and my younger sister are standing on the sideline watching our dad either coaching or playing, and having that experience, you know, he was a hands-on father, 100%. You know, if mum was at home, he had us down at the Leagues Club. We were there more than anywhere apart from home. It was always at the league clubs or in the car going to someone's games. And I don't know, for everyone else, like my dad, he's the best dad ever. Like, not only the best dad, but I think he's the best human ever, you know. He encompassed what it means to be a man, you know. He has his angry eyebrows. Everyone initially is afraid of him, but he has the softest heart. And, you know, it's something that we all miss very much. But, you know, anyone who got to know him, I think they're very privileged in their life. I can only say that, you know, I was lucky enough to have him as my dad and have the experience that me and my siblings have had growing up with someone like him. And him to be memorials like this, it means so much. You know, there's no better way for him to be remembered as an icon living than in this way. You know, he played for a lot of clubs, but Ōtara is one that I associate with my dad the most. And for you guys to do this for him, it's a great honor and a privilege for our family. And yeah, we can't thank you guys enough, and can't wait for everyone to see him be memorialized amongst those that are still living and passed on as well.
Beautiful, thank you very much. Anybody else wants to add anything to that?
Question.
Clint? No?
Clint, where's Clint? You want to say something, Clint?
No, I'm good.
What about the ball boy for that?
You know I'm not a talker, I'm just a listener.
I just want to say, yeah, I'm just very thankful and grateful that Ōtara Scorpions is doing this for Dad. And it's funny, it's happening because me and Kyle Maya, Willie's son, actually spoke about this a couple of times when we were drinking. And I always felt in my heart it was probably the right thing to happen for Dad. I mean, he was a premiership winning captain there, great player. Never saw him play for Ōtara, but we were lucky enough, me and Clint especially, to watch him play for the Jaguars with his brothers. Some great memories, man, and you know, I almost took them all the way to the grand final. You know, it's just an unfortunate mistake we didn't actually make it one year. But you know, we were very privileged and lucky, me and Clint, to travel with Dad through those Pakuranga days and get to watch him and uncles play. And just always love watching him. And for New Year as well at Carlo Park, and you know, playing in those Pacific Cups. And for a small nation, they always put in a good fight, you know. The Papua genes on the footy field, man, is very strong, man. Very, very good genes. Some of the best skills and footy players I've ever watched. And just really grateful to see all that growing up. Yeah, so we were lucky in that sense. And you know, he's always been a great father to us all. And you're doing my son. Thank you.
Thank you, Ness.
Thanks, Des. That's beautiful, bro. Thank you. Hey, you know, let me go on before we get to Tiana and the boys to talk about Ness. But let me say this, I was fortunate enough to play alongside Ness. He was my captain in the 1989 senior premier side. And I tell you now, the presence that he brought to the team was unbelievable. Whenever he walked on the field, we knew, you know, we were going to win the game. That's how much of a legend he had. The other thing about him that I can remember is that when he spoke, and he didn't do that much, but when he spoke, everyone listened, even the other team. And, you know, that used to just freak me right out. Even the other team would listen to him. He had unbelievable power. He had unbelievable pace. Even though he looked like he was running in slow motion, no one could catch him. I think that he learned that off Tommy. He could pass both sides. He could run it straight and take a settle, but also be that guy who could pivot and play out the back, which a lot of second rowers, loose forwards are starting to do nowadays. Well, I saw that first from Ness, and
we saw it first.
Yeah, that's right, bro. And so, you know, a lot of them are doing it now, but man, that was back in '89. I saw that. So that's how, you know, groundbreaking he was in the game of rugby league. Yes, and although he did shoot out over to Pakuranga, which we call the Jaguar Scorpions, because most of Ōtara left with him. That's the power of the man. When he got up to move on, everybody wanted to follow. So thanks for that, Des. I really appreciate that. Tatiana, do you want to say something before I hand it over to the brothers?
Sure. Growing up with Dad, like everywhere he was, I was his shadow. Like I followed him everywhere he went. Like my sister said, he looked very grumpy, but he was a very loving man. Everyone was always scared of him at first, and then as soon as he opened his mouth, or as soon as he made a joke, everyone was like, "Oh, wait, he's not scary. He's not as grumpy as he seems." Our house was always open to our friends, and our friends always knew they could come over and have a feed, and just leave, or just come over and stay, because our home was just that home for everyone else. Yeah, like my sister said, I'm so grateful that I got to experience the kind of love that my dad showed us. He really showed us what a man was, and what it meant to be a great man and a good dad. It hasn't been the same without him, but I'm grateful for everything that he's been able to teach us, and he's instilled in every single one of us. There's a part of him in all of his children, and I'm grateful for the memories that we've been able to have as kids growing up. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and for me, that was enough. I'm grateful for the childhood that we had, and for the memories that we were able to make together with him while he was here. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Tiana.
Thank you, Tatiana. And do you want to add anything on to that?
Yeah, growing up with Ness, so I grew up around Latimer Street in East Tamaki, and that's where I grew up with our Nana, which is Ness's mum, Pole and Tanga's mum. And so growing up with them, I actually think that I was very privileged to have them as father figures growing up. I wouldn't have changed anything, but yeah, like with Ness, like growing up with him, going to Ngāti Ōtara Park, playing, like, because I was still young, but with Ness, he showed me love. You know, with me not growing up as without a dad, yeah, he showed me love, and I miss him. I miss him being around. I miss his cooking. I miss having drinks with him. Miss having laughs with him. But yeah, he's a great character. With sports, so when I used to hang around my grandmother and at family functions, I used to hear like ladies talk about the Papua brothers, and I would be sitting there and I'm like, they're talking about my uncles. And that was one thing that I was like, oh, okay, so they're really good at, you know, sports on the field and off the field, like, yeah. But yeah, Ness, he's just miss him. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Brothers, just before you fellas pitch in, you know, and share your whakaaro with us around your brother Ness, can I also ask if you can think of, you know, some stories when you were growing up together, if you can, or even when you guys were playing with Ness and Ōtara, even some stories about a game and stuff like that. Can I just say to family, this is beautiful. This is beautiful remembering our family member, you know, our dad, our brother, our loved one, and so it's not easy, especially on you know, to capture this online, but it's coming through really beautiful. A couple of weeks ago, boys, we spoke with Karen about Ronald Kite, and it was a very emotional time as well. So thank you, whānau. I really appreciate you fellas spending this time. But I hand it over to the boys. Boys, some stories, or, you know, your memories of, you know, growing up with your brother or playing league with your brother. I hand it over to you guys, eh?
I'll go first. Well, before the kids came along, I was his favorite. Yeah, you just can laugh, but honestly, I was his shadow. Because, you know, I was whāngai out, but when I came to the family, he was very protective of me wherever we went. And, you know, yeah, he used to take me to the movies, and we used to watch Bruce Lee films, and I used to embarrass him. He was very embarrassed that he took me to the pictures with him, because, you know, how they do those, I'll be standing up and doing those stuff. And he goes, I ain't taking you to the pictures anymore with me, bro. But no, he said he was embarrassed, but he took me along, and I still did my antics. And like the lady said, you know, he was the rock of our family. When our dad passed, you know, I think I was only 2 months old when dad passed. But when I did come back to the family after I was whāngai out, yeah, we pretty much, Ness took me under his wing and treated me not like his brother, but his own son. And I think I pretty much got all those traits from him, because, you know, I had no one else to look up to. At that time, my brother Pule was a bit of a rebel. You know, he was like, as you know him from back in the days. But then, you know, he has his story with that side of it. But Ness took me under his wing, and everywhere we went. So when I started playing league for Ōtara, because I did start league with Ōtara before I left and went to Manukau, and then I went to the Jaguars, or because of, you know, Ness. But when I started there, and when I was 17, I got picked to play with the seniors, and he pulled me aside for my first game. It was against City Newton, and they had the likes of Dennis Stewart and Tom Makapa and all these, you know, seasoned hard players. And he said to me, he goes, "Hey, don't ever run straight into these guys." He goes, "I want you to run around them." You know, me think, you know, what do you mean? Yeah, first take up, went straight into Makapa, and man, did I see stars. And he came over to me and he goes, are you stupid or something? You're not listening to me. And I said, oh, okay, I got it. I got stunned, but I got up and played the ball. And after that, I said, okay, I'll, go around, learn my lesson. So, there was him looking out for my welfare. But he's always been like that. And I remember times when he was, we were struggling with paying the bills and stuff. It was just mum and him that was earning income. And whenever I'll ask for money, like if he has only like, $7, he'll give me $5. He'll keep the $2. And then that kind of thing is just, it pretty much, I remember all that stuff. It was very giving. He's got a heart of gold. So when I went to Manukau, he wasn't very happy with me. But I said to him, bro, I'm getting paid over there. Ōtara not paying me. So when he said he was going to Pakuranga, he got into my ear and he said, come on, man, I'm going to retire soon. Let's, lace the boots up again. And I said, hey, no worries. Well, how much are you paying me? The entrepreneur of the family who was thinking money. But no, I was happy to go back and play with him. And then, I hooked up with Kevin Puliata and, all the Oru boys that came with us that year. So, but yeah, like you said, he had that aura of respect that he carried with him. And I've always looked up to him as, not as the big brother, but my mentor and role model. So there's quite a few stories that we have. He told me a lot of stories that he got up to, but they'll take a whole bloody day to tell you about it. So I'll just end it there, my friend. And
thank you. Ole.
Where do I start, mate? This is maybe something you didn't know about. He actually played a couple of games with the Big O, Olsen Filipana.
Yeah.
For Mangere East.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yep. I witnessed it myself, bro. So he did play for Mangere East before he went to Ōtara. Yeah.
Couple of years.
That's something a lot of people don't know. He was not just a rugby league player. He was an all-round sportsman. Touch, softball, you name it, he played them all. Yeah, like Tanga said, I was a bit of a rebel, never listened to nobody, never listened to him. The only time I ever listened to him when he asked me to go and play for Pakuranga with him. So that was the only time I listened to him. It wasn't because of the money, there was nothing. I said, the only time I will come back to play for you is if you let me do what I do. And that's the course havoc, mate. And he said, yeah, I just need that for now. So he let me run free for a little while before he reined me in. So playing with him in Ōtara, mate, yeah, it was the best. Yeah, it was the best playing with him in Ōtara. Not only lead, playing touch, playing softball. We even played for a social team called Jayhawks. And that was the Jackson family social team.
Wow.
The Jayhawks. We all played for them. Play on Saturday and then go play social rugby league on Sundays.
I don't think
after our premier games.
I don't think we ever lost ever.
No, we never lost a game for Jayhawks. So yeah. Yeah, he made so many friends that it's so many stories about him that it'll take forever to tell stories of what he did. But like my nieces and them said, yeah, he was the rock of the family. He held the family together. Even though he's gone. Look, I've got my moko here to bloody keep me company. Come say hello, baby.
Hello.
Hi, Rihanna.
Hi.
Mr. Marsh, that's my moko, bro.
Beautiful,
Plays
bro.
league too, bro. She plays league.
How old is she?
She'll be 9 next month.
Wow, bro, she's tall for 9, man.
You want to see her play, bro?
Yeah.
That's my little machine, bro.
Wow.
Running
Is she
around.
going to play for the Bulldogs or?
Oh, hell no.
Eh? Oh, the Warriors. Oh, it's their year.
Roosters, bro.
It's
Roosters.
their year.
Roosters.
Oh, Roosters. Oh.
That's a good thing about our family too, bro. Like, we all follow different teams. You know, we have good banter. He was a big Broncos fan, a massive Broncos fan. You know, we all played the game, but we all still followed the game too, you know, so. And we all like to have a few drinks. Now, the old man did like to have a few drinks while he's cooking.
His favorite drink is rum and
I
coke.
don't remember him burning anything though, even though he was drinking. But like his kids said, you know, he was a welcoming man. He welcomed all his kids' friends into their home. So, yeah.
Beautiful, bro. Thank you, man. That was beautiful. I'm just going to throw out a question to the kids. I didn't put it down on the question list because I'm Māori. I just want to throw a question out to the kids. What if you could name one thing, and you've named a hell of a lot of things about your dad during this little interview, but if there was one thing that you remember about him, what would that one thing be? Clint, you're gonna brush your beard or what?
Just one word.
Is he still on?
Yeah.
Come on, boy. Porero.
That's one word, Clint.
What? Clint, what school did you go to?
I think went Tangaroa, eh?
Don't you say Tangaroa, bro. Don't you
Oh,
say
what?
Tangaroa. Don't you say Tangaroa. Or I'll come down this camera and get you.
I went to a few.
Oh,
Went to Edgewater, then Hillary for 2 days, and then Penrose for half a year. And then, yeah, that was it.
one thing you remember about Dad, bro?
It'd be his food.
Yeah.
Especially Sunday lunches.
What was the favorite dish that you like?
Well, all of it. You can't pick. Has to be all of it.
Let me see your stomach. Tilt
Really
that-
want to see my stomach.
Tilt that camera down.
Stand up and show us.
Oh,
Thank you, Clint. Too much, bro. Thank you. How about everybody else? Kids, one thing.
Many things I love about my dad, but one thing I think out of everything that stands out is, and that I always remember him by, is he was such a loving grandfather. You know, he made known that he loved us children, but his grandchildren were his life. He loved them more than anything. And, you know, that's one thing that I always remember is his love and adoration that he had for all of his grandchildren. That's for me, at least.
I think the question was one word that describes your dad.
It's one thing you remember.
One thing you remember, or one word that
One
you
word.
describe?
It's whatever you hear.
Kudos.
Well, the unconditional. I thought that you said one word that comes to mind when I think of dad, and my word's unconditional. There was nothing that he wasn't willing to do. He'd make a big noise about it. He'd make a lot of noise about it, but always give in and do it. And it didn't matter how big or small it was. And maybe I'm just talking as one of the daughters, I don't know if, or I do know, us girls got treated different to the boys. But yeah, there was no limit to what dad would do for us or could do for us girls. I would say, I can only speak for us, but yeah, it was unconditional.
Thank you. Des, Tatiana.
One word that comes to mind when I think of dad is hardworking. Yeah, just his work ethic. Both at like earning an income, but also at home. Like when we were at home, he did everything. He would cook, clean, go work a 12-hour shift, and come home and still have time for us kids and have a laugh or give us a growling or just be a dad. You know, he'd work 12 days straight, 12-hour shifts. He didn't complain about working. So the one word that comes to mind when I think of my dad is hardworking. So, yeah.
Thank you. Des? And you guys
one thing I would describe about Ness is that he's very giving. I love that he always has time, like he gives his time to sit down and have a chat with me and just to have like chats, have a laugh, and yeah, he's just always very giving. Not only to me, but to everyone, especially to his mom, who's still alive, Falila Papua. He was, you know, he did, like they said that the girls talk about him giving to them and the grandchildren, he was also giving to his mom. But yeah, that's one word I would describe about him, very giving.
Thank you.
Gangster. That's my word for that. He was a real gangster. You know, I know you got a lot of gangsters in Ōtara, but gangster as in a father, family man, gangster on the footy field, off the footy field. You know, just everything he did, man. He just had an aura about him, eh? You know, he's pretty funny too, whether it be his broken English or him trying to figure out something, you know, like he was, man. Like, yeah, that'll be my word for that. He was gangster in a real man way, family way, in a positive way. So, yeah.
Great word, my bro. That's awesome. Great word. Thank you. Look, we're getting down to the last question, and I guess I've heard a lot of it come through. Come through the children talk about how they felt or how they feel about their dad being bestowed this wonderful opportunity to become one of the icons of the Ōtara Scorpions. But I guess I want to hear from the brothers, what does it mean to you as, his brothers, that he becomes one of these icons that is going to be painted and put up on the new Ōtara Scorpions club rooms, so that every generation that comes through that club room will see, your family member or your brother. What does it mean to you fellas? Tommy and Pule, what do you fellas feel about that or want to say about that?
Well,
you want to go ahead, Pat?
Yeah. One word that comes to me is generosity. And that's really resonates with me. He's got a lot of other traits as well, but generosity is the one that stands out for me. And also leadership. Just not on a football, not on the football field, but also in our family dynamics. So, yeah, he was like we said before, it's the rock and keep the family together. Everybody. You go.
Yeah, what it means to me is that, right, it's a privilege and an honor for us to have his mural up in the Ōtara Club. I'm hoping to come back for the unveiling of it. If not, I hope my mum is there. Mate, I just can't describe it. When I heard about it, I was over the moon about the whole thing. That he was going to be one of the icons included in this whole thing. So yeah, it's an honor for me to have him mentioned in that.
Thank you, Pule. Tommy, what does it mean to you, bro, as a younger brother, knowing that Ness is going to be one of the icons?
It's a real. I'm very proud of my bro, and it is a privilege and an honor to for the Ōtara community to have his legacy put up on that mural for everyone, next generations to come, to see that he's he's part of this great club, the Ōtara Scorpions. Even though I left to go somewhere else, my heart has always been with the Scorpions, like yourselves. We all grew up together. We still stay in touch with the Ōtara boys. It's never waned. I hardly have any interaction with the Manukau boys, but always with the Ōtara boys, even though I left at early age and when I played most of my career with Manukau. But that's the spirit of the Ōtara community. So it's real honor, the Ōtara community to acknowledge our brother and hold him in very high regards. So thank you. Real proud. Unmute yourself, bro.
Look, whānau, we've come to the end of our interview. I just want to say thank you very, very much. But before I leave, I just want to, I guess, on behalf of my family, the Marsh family, you know, there are certain names in the Ōtara community that sort of stick out to us as a family, and your family and your uncles, and I'm talking to the kids, and your uncles stood out in our community, and I just want to honor them. I just want to honor your dad. I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I never got an opportunity to say how much I loved him. And you guys may miss him, but please know that we miss him just as much, if not a little bit more. You guys got to see him, you know, after the games. You guys got to hang around with him after league, and we never got that opportunity. And I can honestly say that my family was shattered, absolutely shattered, when our captain passed. And I just want to honor you tonight. Thank you so much for jumping on and talking about your dad, your brother, your cousin. Thank you so much. This means so much to us here in Ōtara. And I just want to make sure that you know that his name will never be forgotten. His legacy will live on and on. And when the new generation comes through, they will be standing in front of this mural of your whānau member, and they will hear stories of him, and they will listen to this Zoom and hear the great man that he was. So thank you so much, whānau. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Look, I'm just gonna hand it back over to you, whoever wants to say anything, and just before we finish, but I just needed to say that tonight. So thank you, thank you. Anybody else wants to say anything?
Thanks, Brian. Mate, it was an honor to for us, or for me anyway, that we got this opportunity to say something about our brother. Yeah, even though we all miss him, but his legacy will live on. So yeah, I hope to come back for the unveiling of it. And thank you to the Ōtara community for the committee and whatever that chose his name out of all this. So thank you.
Coming from you, Brian, like you said, that you know, we get to spend time with him when we finish the games. You know, as when we play the games, like in touch and all that, we were, you know, opposition to each other. And man, we were very competitive. As you know, Brother Pule used to have a go with your Wilson, you know, just the competitiveness. And to hear you come out and say, you know, you guys missed him, you know, even a bit more than we do, you know, that tells a lot of how much you fellas hold in very high esteem. So that's very, very, you know, heartfelt and warm from you and your family. And you doing this, we want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity to tell a bit, you know, tell the Ōtara community of where Ness comes from, and his kids are and all that. So thank you to you guys and the Ōtara community. So.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to say thank you, especially for your words just then about Dad. I was very overwhelmed when we found out that Dad had been selected for this. I think there's nothing better or anything more beautiful of a way to pay tribute to our dad. We were down at the rugby league clubs like almost all weekend when Dad was coaching and Dad was playing the Masters, and always it was, if they saw us with him, oh, you don't know how good of a player your dad is, and it was constant. It was always, man, your dad's the man, your dad is something else. And it was always exciting to hear that stuff, like hear people talk about your dad like that and not realize, like I didn't realize how great he was until I got older. Like, wow, like there's so many people talking about him like this, like he must be. But then for him to be selected to be painted on this mural, like truly grateful, and grateful for you for sharing that with us. And yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, and I just want to thank you to everybody that's been involved and that nominated Dad for this.
Yeah, and just to add on to what my sister said, your words, they really mean a lot. It's always nice hearing stories from people outside of our family, those who knew our dad before we were here, and to hear how they're affected by him as well. And it's just a testament to the person that he is. And for me, having him memorialized, it's one of the greatest honors. My dad, the only time we would hear him loud is when he's growling us, but the other times you see him come to life is when he's surrounded by his mates, and him drinking up at Jackie and Daryl's house. That's when you'd see him come to life. And I didn't really get to appreciate that until the last time we went to New Zealand, and we went there and just seeing the warm reception that he got, seeing that he's still loved, into his late days, while in his early days, and even, while he's no longer on this earth. So I thank you for sharing your story, and, thank you to the Ōtara community for selecting our dad to be a part of this, to be amongst them, amongst great other Ōtara players. So thank you guys. It's a great honor and privilege.
Anybody else?
What about you, Tiana or Clint?
No, I'll say something. Thank you, Brian, and thank you to the Marsh family for your words. It's really nice to hear someone outside the family speak of him, because we didn't really get to have that at his funeral. But thank you to the committee, to the club, and to Ōtara Scorpions for making this happen for us, and especially honouring Ness. It's a privilege, and we're proud, and I'm very proud because Ōtara is home, even though we're overseas in Australia, Sydney. Ōtara is a home for us, and thank you.
Thank you, Marsh. Thank you, to your family. I mean, when Dad actually passed on of the GC, Wilson actually came up there and said a few words at where we had Dad up there, and it was good to see him. Just want to thank you very much.
And I called him Brian.
Thank you, Marshy, to your family. And Ōtara Scorpions, thank you. Ōtara community. To 7-4, baby.
Anybody else?
You want to click that, yes.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say thank you. So I feel honored that he gets to be remembered like this, that not just our family will get to know, or that he gets to leave his legacy behind, and that he gets to be remembered for something. Yeah, I'm just grateful. That's all I have to say. So thank you to everyone that was involved in making this happen for him, and for our family as well. So yeah, thank you.
Hey, thank you, family. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I want to just say once again, thank you for sharing Ness with us. And I say us as a community, us as the Marshes, us as the Smiths, us as all those prominent names, the Papali'is, the Rōpatas, the Benionis, the us, that community. Thank you for sharing Ness with us. We really appreciate it. And we really love him for that. So thank you very much. But that's us. We've come to the end of, look, we will, someone will get a hold of you in regards to when the actual blessing is going to take place. I think, and I'm only the interviewer, so I don't know what's really going on, but I think it's the first game of the season on the Saturday, the first home game. They're wanting to do the actual unveiling of the murals on that day. On the Friday night, so Bully, if you come over, make sure it's Thursday. So on the Friday night, I think they're going to have a private function for just the 8 families, and they will get to view their family member first before everybody else on the Saturday. So that'll be a time where you can, be around your loved one during that time on the Friday night, and then on the Saturday, they will unveil each of the 8 dedications or icons with the family around there. So Yoka Suomasi, which is Solo's wife, she has been getting a hold of you, I believe. So please, if you've got her email and stuff, keep on asking her what's happening. So hopefully the borders will be open, and we're all bringing COVID everywhere, especially here in New Zealand. It's going off the hook at the moment with this Omicron. Everybody's been catching it. So I wish you all well, whānau. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave and get ready for Mr. Takiaho, who's zooming in from the Roosters. He's one of the other.
That's the team.
So
Shut up! They're not the team, bro. They couldn't even beat. Who did they play on the weekend? The Raiders. They couldn't even beat the Raiders. Oh, useless. Thank you, family. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, family. Take care. Hopefully, we'll see you over here.
All right.